Good morning, one and all. In the fourth day of our faculty development program, today we have very renowned personality who was my sir during the time of the undergraduation, Dr. Ravindra Patil sir, principal and professor of Shatabdi Institute of Pharmacy, Nandurbar, Maharashtra. Sir has completed his B.Pharm from Pune University, M.Pharm from also Pune University, and completed his PhD from North Maharashtra University, Jalgaon in 2014. He has given his service as an assistant professor and associate professor at Sahada Pharmacy College as well as R.C. Patil Institute of Pharmaceutical Science, Sirpur, respectively. He is having total 18 years of teaching and industrial experience. He has published total 20 national and international research and review articles. He has guided more than 30 Master of Pharmacy students. He has delivered his talk in many national and international conferences, seminar and refresher courses. Sir, we welcome you in our faculty development program and it is a great pleasure to introduce you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Naitik, for your brief comment. Good morning to one and all. Respected Principal Parik Ma'am, the coordinator of this program, Dr. Naitik, and all the team members, those who are working day and night for the proper management of this program. Also, I am thankful to all the participants, as we all are the faculty members from Pharmacy College, I think so. Naitik sir, all the participants are from pharmacy field or are they from different field?
Sir, they are from the different field, education, engineering, pharmacy, MBA, all the fields.
But all are faculty members.
All are the faculty members from the various states, including having the 25 years of the experience, sir.
So, a few years back, we had training related to this classroom pedagogy.
Sir, your video is not visible, sir.
Now? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir. Right now it is visible.
Okay, thank you. A few years back, we had gone under training, and we were blessed to have training from the faculty, senior most faculty members of IIT Bombay. We had gone training for up to say 6 months related to this classroom pedagogies. Today we are going to discuss about classroom pedagogies, and there is a paradigm shift, means we can say there is a shift from one model to another model, and which is very successful model. And this model is utilized during this COVID crisis in order to keep our students updated and continue in the studying process. So we all are aware that the physical classes are now shut down since last 1.5 years. So there is a paradigm shift from physical classroom to virtual classroom, and this is what we are going to discuss in today's talk. I will try to make it as simple as possible because we all are faculty members. We know what are the problems of students, what are the problems of a teacher. There are several challenges in front of a teacher whenever he or she is trying to shift from physical classroom to virtual classroom. So, Dr. Naitik, shall I start my presentation from here or it will be
Yes, sir. You can share your screen, sir.
okay? Naitik sir, can you please confirm that now the process is okay?
Yes, sir. It is visible and audio is clear,
Uh,
sir.
okay, okay. Uh, so today's my talk is classroom pedagogy, the paradigm shift. Now, first we must understand the meaning of this word pedagogies. Pedagogies means an example or a model, or we can say in simple term, teaching methodology. So, the classroom pedagogies means teaching methodologies in a classroom. So, there is a shift from physical to virtual classroom. So pedagogy is nothing but it is the art of teaching, and it is a method which involves the conveying of knowledge and skill from a professor to student. So there are two types of pedagogies: teacher center and student center. Teacher center means this is our traditional method. We all are very well aware about teacher center pedagogies. Teacher is taking a center stage in the lecture hall. All the students, they are sitting in front. Teacher will deliver his knowledge and skill, and the students, they are passive. They are in passive mode. They will simply try to grasp the things which are delivered by the teacher. Now here there are some problems associated with this teacher-centered pedagogies. Like only we all know that only the front benchers they will be attentive. Very few students in the class, like say 50 to 60% students are attentive. Sometimes some students are afraid of the teacher, so they will not dare even to ask the question if they are facing the difficulty. So all these things leads to only one point, that whatever we are delivering in a physical classroom, out of that, very few students are gaining the things, few are not attempting, few are afraid. So that is why this type of methodology is known as passive learning of students. They are in passive mode, they are not in active until and unless if the teacher is creating such an activity which will involve interaction of all the students on a single fundament or concept in the classroom. So this is the uh, teaching methodology in teacher-centered pedagogy. Why it is called as teacher-centered? Because here the main focus is on a teacher. Teacher is a person who is controlling the classroom. That's why it is called as a teacher-centered pedagogy. So let us compare it with the learner-centered pedagogy. It is also known as student-centered pedagogy, or we can call it as a active learning classroom or constructivity or center pedagogy. Now here, the role of teacher is a facilitator, or we can call it as an instructor. Now, there are several uh, e-learning resources. Like we all know, now I am giving a presentation. It is one of the type of e-learning resource because it is prepared with the help of a technology which includes internet, your laptop or computer, then some graphics, some images, and I'm trying to make the thing simple by keeping the matter majority in the form of an image. So we all know if I'm showing you a diagram, you can easily understand the concept. So this is what is the difference between physical classroom and virtual classroom. Here, the students are taught the concept by showing them videos, by showing them presentation, and this matter can be available with student for 24 hours. They can, if they are not having time, sufficient time, they can see the same presentation or same video later on at their home whenever they are free. So a student can learn the thing as per his own convenience whenever they are feeling to learn. So this is how the material is available for a learner for 24 hours. So that's why this method or virtual classroom is known as learner-centered pedagogy. Here the role of teacher is simply he acts as an instructor. Instructor means he will give instruction like how do you use this presentation, how you should think about the concept, what is the meaning of this line, how this image should be interpreted, how, like in several movies, we all are aware about Super 30, the movie which was based on the life of Professor Anand Sharma. So in that movie, we have seen that they have presented some examples where the professor is trying to make the student active. They should participate in the learning process actively. Like in that movie, there is one point like the students are not very well aware about the English language. So what he do, he put them in a competitive environment where one group is very well with the English language and his group was very poor with the English language. So if the student is kept in learning environment which is very active, then automatically the students are starting to think about the environment and they try to participate in that, and that is the start or it is the spark of learning. So that is why nowadays the whole world is shifting from the physical classroom methods to virtual classroom methods because these methods are student-centered method. You can call them as a active learning process. The role of teacher is facilitator or instructor. Here, the major role of teacher or instructor is to prepare the e-learning sources. And while preparing these e-learning sources, the teacher is facing several challenges. Teacher have to consider so many factors while preparing this e-content. For example, like if I am preparing a video or presentation of say 1 hour, we all will become bored. We will be not attentive because any human being, to make him attentive for say up to 1 hour or more than 1 hour, that too on a academic point, sometimes it becomes very difficult. And then we are thinking about student. We know the attitude of student is very different from the attitude of teacher. Teacher are say actively looking to the approach, but student they have casual approach. So to change the attitude of student from say casual approach or say no approach towards the active learning, we have to think from their point of view. Like we have to prepare some short videos, a video of 3 minutes, video of 5 minutes. So 3 minutes and 5 minutes, it is a time which can attract a student. At least he can learn 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. So this is one of the finest factor which teacher must consider while preparing key resources for learner center or pedagogy. So that is what we are going to see in coming slides. So here I have tried to compare. I try to give the factors which are affecting while shifting from teacher center to learner center. And here, see, a teacher who is having knowledge and experience is delivering to whole class. And this is known as teacher center. But in learner center, a teacher is having a knowledge, whereas the same knowledge is given or the same matter is given in advance to students. They will look after the matter at home or the time whenever they are getting as per their convenience, and they can come to classroom. So the classroom is nothing but a learning environment, a proper learning environment. It becomes a learning environment because the students who have already read the concept, they will try to discuss with their friends. They will try to discuss with the teacher. So here the interaction will be in between a facilitator, instructor, and a learner. So there is a knowledge, there is an experience, there is a belief. That's why it is called as student-centered learning. So in physical classroom, there are 4 types of interaction: teacher, learner, teacher, content. Content means the material of teaching. Learner, content. Learner, learn. In virtual classroom, the teacher becomes facilitator. So there is a facilitator or instructor. So there is a first interaction is instructor, learner, learner, that is through discussion forum, where we will come later on what is this discussion forum. Learner, content. The contents are videos, problem and discussion forum. These are few examples here. So whenever a teacher is shifting from physical classroom to virtual classroom, there are several methods which a teacher must adopt. So in total there are 4 pedagogic adaptation. So first we will enlist them. Number 1 is learning dialogues. Second is learning by doing activity. Third is learning extension resources, which is also known as learning extension trajectories. And the 4th one is learner experience interaction. So we'll start with pedagogic adaptation 1, that is learning dialogues. Now learning dialogues, they promote the concept understanding through learner interaction, means student interaction. Each dialogue, it consists of a short video which provides the concept knowledge with a reflection spot for the learner. Now this reflection spot is a point in the video where it pauses and the instructor poses a question. Now this question creates a curiosity in the mind of student, and that is why a student, there is increase in the interest of student to learn that concept. So it is possible that in first step the student might not be able to answer that question or that reflection point, So what he will do, he will repeat that video again, because the video is very short. It is of only 3 minutes or 5 minutes. Generally, the ideal requirement is that the video must be of less than 10 minutes. If your concept is very big, then you have to divide that concept into small parts in the sequential manner, and then prepare learning dialogue for all these small parts, and keep a reflection spot in each learning dialogue or in each video. And then you can share this video with the students. So student can look the videos the number of times they want. They can learn the concept properly, and then if they are able to understand the reflection spot question, then they will gain the confidence that we can learn the concept, we can understand the concept. And this dialogue will remain with student for 24 hours, 7 days. So the role of instructor is simply to instruct the student, like to share the learning dialogue with the student, and simply let them know that in the next classroom we are going to discuss about this concept. So please go through this video, and while coming to class, have some questions, have some doubts related to this concept, so that we can discuss in the classroom all those doubts or the question. Now, if in one classroom, say there are 10 students, so what will happen? Each student will have his own type of thinking, his own type of curiosity, his own type of doubts and difficulties. So if there are 10 brains, there will be 10 different views, 10 different ideas, 10 different doubts. So one by one, there will be discussion, means there will be interaction between the facilitator or instructor and the learners. So if the student one asks one idea, then that idea will be discussed with the remaining 9 learners too. So this is how at once the learning dialogues, they will help in generating the curiosity and to make the student actively participate in understanding the concept. The next adaptation is learning by doing activities. Now this is very simple adaptation. Like we all take practicals of students. Nowadays, since last 1.5 years, it is not possible. But in practicals, what we do, the practicals are designed with reference to the syllabus present in theory. So sometimes, so many of the teachers, I have seen many teachers who are having this practice, like if they will teach the fundamental A in class, then they will take the practical of the same fundamental on that day. Why? Because the teacher is knowing that theoretically student might not understand the concept, but if I will let them do that activity in the practicals, then they may understand it properly, and that too in detail. So learning by doing activity is a very good teaching method. So in virtual classroom, how it is done? It is simply, we can say, advancement of learning dialogues. What is done? Some graded activities like objective type of questions, fill in the blanks, match the following, can be given, followed by a video or learning dialogue. Okay, so you can have a graded activity followed by learning dialogue. So a student or learner have to go through those videos, understand the concept, and solve the questions below that video. And those questions should be graded. Graded means you should assign marks. So they will come to know how many questions they are able to solve and how many marks they are able to score. So whenever the students are comparing with each other, they come to know how much knowledge they are gaining. And that is why there is a positive competition, positive environment created by doing such activities. So learning by doing activities, they can be designed in various format. For example, multiple choice question, short answer text, fill in the gaps, match the following, and these activities can be determined based on the platform which we are using. Now we are discussing all these things on, say, Google Meet. So Google Meet is a platform. Similarly, we might have learned about IIT Bombay X. It is one of the platform. Then there are several talks present on edX. Then YouTube. YouTube is a very good platform for sharing the learning dialogues. So those videos, if they are clubbed on a platform with such type of graded activity, then it becomes a learning by doing activity. Next is learning extension resources. See, in learning dialogue, we explain the concept to the student. In learning by doing activity, that knowledge is assimilated by a student, and practically a student is doing something, so that knowledge is adapted, or we can say it is grasped by the student. Learning extension resources, they are the e-resources, we can say they are the e-resources which a student or a learner can have for 24 hours and 7 days with him or her. So they consist of multiple type of resources like web links, documents, activities, videos, and some other e-material. So we all are knowing that if we want to have information about AICT, what we do, we simply go to AICT website. So that is a web link for information related to AICT. If we want to have information about, say, pharmacy registration, then we go to PCI website. So that is a web link. Then now, say if I have created this presentation, I'm sharing my screen on Google Meet. So this is a document which I'm sharing with you. Now, followed by this, yesterday I came to know that the participants might undergo some objective type of test. So that is known as learning by doing activities. Then learning dialogues, I said on YouTube, we share small videos. So that is a one of the resource. Okay. Now, it's a very simple example I can give you. If somebody buys new mobile, or if somebody wants to buy new mobile or new car, what we generally do, we simply go to YouTube, we start searching about the review of that mobile or of that car, or we simply search for comparison of one model with another model. And this is done by so many people at a time on YouTube. So everybody, they have their own view. They understand the things in their own view. Okay, so that's why this is known as learning extension trajectories. Means why it is known as extension trajectories? Because, say, a student from, say, Maharashtra, a student from Gujarat, a student from Delhi, if they want to know some concept related to chemistry, okay, the teachers will be different, might be their syllabus may be different, but the content, few portion like say 50-60% content in the given topic might be same. So if a video shared by a teacher in Maharashtra, it can be seen by a student in Gujarat and he can understand the thing if it is simple for him or her. So there are so many faculty members who are preparing e-resources, and if they are sharing on a web link or if they are sharing on YouTube or some other platform, then those e-materials can be utilized by the students where there is a problem related to resources in their institute or their place. Like there are so many remote areas, especially in Maharashtra, in Toranmal. It is a hilly region. There are very few schools present in that area. So in rainy season, many students, they are not able to reach the schools because there are many hurdles in between. There is a problem of say road connectivity, and even if there is road connectivity, many times there is landsliding. So students are not able to reach school for say sometimes 7 days or months or maybe 2 months. So in such conditions, such students can be benefited if they are getting such resources. That's why this is known as learning extension resource. Like I have one practice. What I do in my college, I search for the e-resources generated by the renowned faculty members from say IITs or NIPER for my BPharm students. And I used to share those e-resources generated by those faculty members to my BPharm students. At least they come to know that this concept can be taught by some other way, which might be simple for them, so they can understand it. So that's why that is the importance of uh, e-resources generated by a student, sorry, by a instructor. So if you are providing an quiz related to that e-resource, then the curiosity of student will increase. A student will try to solve that quiz. If he is not able to answer the question properly, he will go through those e-resources again and again, try to learn the thing properly, and then again come back to quiz. Now, this quiz is known as assimilation quiz. Assimilation means to acquire the knowledge. Quiz is designed in such a way that the student must become curious and acquire the knowledge. Like we can take example of GPAT example. GPAT exam. Now it tests the BPharm student in a way that the student must be very well known about the whole pharmacy syllabus. So that we can say as a assimilation quiz. A whole paper in GPAT is a assimilation quiz. The last pedagogic adaptation is learning experience interaction. Now, this is nothing but group discussion. It is a group discussion created on a platform. Like we all are creating a group on WhatsApp. Now there is an admin of WhatsApp group. Now today, Dr. Naitik is admin of this function. He has started the function, given some instruction, and now I am we all are, say for example, we all are learner, and I am sharing my ideas with you. And once I finish my sharing, the remaining learners will start discussing with each other on the same platform. Like there is a chat option on Google Meet. Some learners can put a questions through that chat box, and that chat box is visible to all the learners. So everybody will come to know what is the question. Everybody will come to know what is the answer. So this is known as group discussion. Dr. Naitik created a discussion thread like today's talk will be delivered by R. Patil on so and so topic. So this is a discussion thread which is given by Dr. Naiti. And now we all are learners. So I am giving some idea with all the learners. And once I finish, all will be in interaction with each other. And then finally, again, Dr. Naitik will intervene and say about the today's talk. So this is what the similar type of say group discussion can be created on a platform. We all might be knowing about MOOCs. So there are platforms like edX, platform like IIT Bombay X. Then there is a Prezi platform available created by a Indian student from IIT, on which some chat boxes are available, or we can create a discussion forum. Forum means what? Like we all are knowing about Quora website, wherein people are asking questions related to some instruments which they are using in their day-to-day life. For example, mobile, refrigerator, air conditioner, washing machine, computers. Like if you'll go to Windows website, there is a forum wherein the users are putting their problems, like Windows is facing hanging problem. So a person from Windows, they will give solution to that. If that solution is okay, then so many people like that. So there is a thumbs up. Same thing in Facebook. One person is sharing a video. If that video is good, so many of the friends which are linked in that Facebook page, they are showing their likes. Few, they will deliver comment. Say for example, if one is saying happy birthday, the second will also say happy birthday. Somebody will say many happy returns of the day. Somebody will say so what about party? So that is a group discussion, and the Facebook page is a forum. So a person who is igniting the line is an instructor, and remaining all are learner. We come to know, we get that information from somebody, and based on that seen information, we remaining people start interacting with each other. And that is what happens in so many WhatsApp group. If there is a WhatsApp group of any college, and say if an admin is sharing that the mark list must be submitted by today evening, so all faculty members, one by one, they will start putting. Somebody will say, sir, I have so and so problem, so can I get time till tomorrow? Somebody will say, okay. Somebody will say, already done. So again, the admin will say, if one person is able to do, why not others? Again, some discussions will go on. So that is a discussion forum, and that is known as learner experience interaction. So this activity is to promote meaningful discussion and peer learning. Peer learning means we say we publish the matter in some journals. Some journals are having impact factors, some don't have impact factor. We call some journal as a peer review journal. Why? Because those journals are having some good studying material, good research material, which is useful for the other people in the society to carry out their research. That's why it is known as peer journal, peer viewed journal. So the meaning of peer is active learning among students. So the discussion forum, it starts with a focus question. Then based on that question, several discussion threads are generated, So there is a discussion on each of these thread, and finally there is a reflection quiz. Why it is called as a reflection? Because it tests whether the learner have assimilated the concept or not. Okay, so by doing this, all four types of pedagogic adaptation, a teacher in the physical classroom becomes a facilitator in the virtual classroom. The passive mode of learning is converted into active mode of learning. So the concept or this paradigm shift of classroom pedagogy from physical classroom to virtual classroom, all these things depends on Bloom's taxonomy. And Bloom's taxonomy is a set of three hierarchical models used to classify educational learning objectives into levels of complexity and specificity. The three lists cover the learning objective in cognitive, affective, and sensory domain. So if you will go through this Bloom's taxonomy, here you can see create. Create means it is a to produce new or original work, evaluate, analyze. Okay, so this can be done in physical classroom. Application, understand, and remember, along with the first three part, create, evaluate, analyze, can be done only in virtual classroom, which cannot be done in physical classroom. So that is very important part of Bloom taxonomy. So whatever we studied or we discussed till now is dependent on Bloom taxonomy. Now, how these virtual classroom methods are practiced. So one of the best method is flipped classroom. Now, why this word flipped? In physical classroom, what we do, the student come to class, we teach them the concept as per our teaching planning. Then the student go to home after class, they study the material and they appear for the exam. But in virtual classroom or in a flipped classroom, what is done? The study material is given to student before the class and they are asked to go through that material. Now that material can be video, it can be presentation, it can be document, it can be web link, whatever it may be. The students are asked to go through that, and also they are given some clues that you have to study the concept in this view and come with some questions, some curiosity, some doubt to the classroom. Now here in classroom, what is the role of instructor or facilitator or a teacher? What they do, they simply generate questions related to that concept. And those questions are focused questions. They are not vague questions, they are focused questions. So a student have to apply his basic knowledge, in order to understand the question. And once the question is understood properly, a student will start applying the knowledge while delivering the answer. Now, in the class, see, so many things are possible, like one student will interact with the other student. Okay, so there is a discussion between learner. Now, few students, they can go with some clues and they can interact with the teacher. So there is a teacher-student interaction. Few of may come with the answers which are required. Few of may come with wrong answer. This teacher again, they will ask why this is correct, why this is wrong, where the student went wrong, how you come up with this answer. So all these things are shared with whole classroom, and that is what is known as active learning process. And what happens then after the class? Again, the student go at home, go through those e-resources and check whether their understanding process is correct or wrong. So we are following the method which is completely opposite to that of physical classroom. That's why this virtual classroom or this method is said to be flipped classroom. So there are 5 benefits of flipped classroom: that it is efficient and reusable, it is a student controlled learning, cost effective implementation, there is a content representation, and each and every student is engaged. So that's why it is known as engagement based learning. The second model is think, pair, share. Think, pair, share. Now, many times a professor, whenever a professor asks question in a classroom, we might have seen this phenomenon that a student to whom we are asking, he will try to ask the answer to other student जो उसके साथ में बैठा है, a student who is sitting immediately next to him or her, they will try to ask them. So that is what happens here. Think, pair, share. The first point in this methodology is a teacher will impose a focus question. Okay. Then the instructor, there will be instruction that all the students should think about this question and prepare their own answers. Then instructor will pass on next instruction that you group or you divide yourself in a pair to the whole classroom. So now there will be pair of 2 students, and then teacher will ask to share the ideas of both with each other. And finally, whoever is giving correct answer or wrong answer, everything is shared with whole classroom. And this is how first the instructor is making each and every student to think over the problem. Then the instructor is making the student to pair up with one other student and share the ideas with each other. And then the instructor will ask each pair about their answer. So whenever a pair is delivering answer, if it is correct or wrong, the reasons behind this correct or wrong is also shared with whole classroom. So this is how the whole, each and every learner present in the classroom is taking part into the activity of learning process. So here we can say there is application of basic knowledge, there is a sharing of ideas, there is a discussion of answers given with by each and every pair. So many of the active learning pedagogies are utilized by this method. See, I am presenting only 2 models in which the active learning pedagogies are applied. The first one is flipped classroom, second is think, pair, share. So in this slide, we will come to know that how many students are attentive. How many students are attentive in passive learning process and active learning process. Passive means physical classroom, active means virtual classroom. See, in lecture, only 5% students are attentive. In reading, only 10% they will take part. Audio visual, only 20%. Demonstration, 30%. Discussion, 50%. Practice doing, means learning by doing activity, 75%. And teach others, 90% means group discussions. So these are all active learning strategies. We can call them as a brain blast. So I'm trying to put it by showing some image. I had taken this image from a website of foreign university. So there is a reflect in writing, solid, control your environment, compare notes, Doodle is a platform, self-assess, teach it, feel it, relate it, generate questions. So these are several active learning strategies. So I'm thankful to all participants for showing their patience in and being attentive throughout this discussion. Thank you, Dr. Naitik and his team, respected principal, management of the college, AICT, for giving me this opportunity to present a talk on this AICT sponsor short-term training program. Thank you. So now, Naitik sir,
Now the
if
session is open for the question and
this,
answering.
yes,
And if any participant have a doubt, then they can ask to the sir. Participants can discuss if they have
yeah,
a doubt. Then
if they want, they can put a question in chat box. I'll try to answer. I'll make it. I'll try to make it simple as possible. Say, I'm also a professor. Only the thing that I might be little experienced or more experienced than you. That's all.
but there is a open platform. If anybody want to appreciate the sir's presentation, then it is also invitable.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Actually, I don't have such question, but I was listening your lecture. It is very helpful for my teaching career. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you. Sir, I have given my email. Even if you have some queries later on, you are
Okay, sir.
free to ask me and contact me through my mail.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good
Myself,
morning.
Dr. Sachin Nitwe, principal. I am teaching in diploma pharmacy, sir. I am from
Ah,
Kolhapur district, and
okay,
I am
sir.
very much thankful to you, sir, because at the present scenario, it is the need of time to
Yes,
change
yes,
the teaching process from physical
yes,
to online method. And you have
yes,
given
yes.
us a very nice tips, and you have guided
Yeah.
very nicely. Thank you very much, sir.
Ah, thank you, sir. Sir, one more thing I would like to share with all the participants. Those who have not undergone this training, I can tell them that they go to IIT Bombay X platform. There are several MOOCs programs. See, I can show you here. I can share here. Naitik sir, can I show?
Yes, sir.
Ah, is it visible, Naitik sir?
No, sir.
Just see, this is a platform by IIT Bombay. So anybody who is interested in learning this skill, they should go and search. See, these are the programs. See, now Pedagogy for online and blended teaching learning process. Foundation program in ICT for education. Now, in this faculty development program, which is run by IIT Bombay, it will train you in proper way how to shift from physical classroom to virtual classroom. See, now they are showing when the FDV will again repeat. So if a person is interested, they can go to this website, register themselves on this website and participate in these faculty development programs. Thank you.
Sir, all these are open access platform, sir.
That is a open access. If you are getting registered to IIT Bombay platform, then you can access to those programs.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Sir, I would like to say there are many alumni from our Shada Pharmacy College, like as Lakshmikant Borse sir, Ajay Kharte sir has joined this FDB. And it is a wonderful session given by you. And we always love to hear you as my teacher, sir. So once again, I thanks from the entire team of our AR College of Pharmacy for giving your time from the busy schedule of you. So once again, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is the certificate of appreciation from our committee side, sir. So kindly accept this certificate, sir.
Shall I accept it online?
I will share it today through the emails.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, and our next speaker is Dr. Yogesh Bachau, sir. And the plenary lecture will start at 12 noon. So there is the 25-minute break to all the participants. So I request all the participants join sharply at 12 noon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.